What what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Collecting Profit. If it's your first time here, thank you very much. Oh man, I'm like zoomed in a lot. Holy cannolis. Whoa. If it is your first time here, thanks a lot for coming, hanging out. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Trying to get some people on. Looks like next week. So next week will be uh, Thursday night. I can't do Wednesday night. Got a baseball game. I'm going to be out of town Tuesday. I'm not sure. So right now I am tentatively doing collecting profit on Thursday. Potentially going to have the uh rip and ship on Tuesday. So I was hey Lockin, how you doing, buddy? How's everything going? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming over. Ah, okay, cool. Hey. If they come, they come. That'd be great. Love it. So like I was saying, so next week definitely gonna have collecting profit on Thursday. I'm working on oh nice. Yeah, I was there. I saw the random, but then I had to leave for baseball. I thought I might have had the Cardinals, but I wasn't 100% sure. I don't know if I got anything or not. If I did, great. If I didn't, oh well, not that big of a deal. I appreciate Dom. He's a great friend. So for next week, like I said, collecting profit show is going to be Thursday night, and right now, I have. Remember a couple weeks ago, I was going to have the card carver on. Well, he, as of right now, unless as long as he doesn't get sick, he'll be here next week. So, looking forward to that. Looking forward to having him on. Um, he's does interesting stuff. It's up in Maine and everything, so it's all really good. I'm going to be out of town. Just getting coming back to town on Tuesday, so I don't know if I'll be able to get the rip and ship in. So I'm not, I don't plan on it right now, unless something strange happens. But we'll see about that. But overall, again, for the rip and ships, trying to figure out, what people like, and without a lot of new product right now, it's very, very difficult. I mean, there's only so much you can do. So from that standpoint, I have to figure that out a little bit more. Um, I was thinking about maybe getting some NASCAR. There's Spider-Man out there. There's a bunch of different product that's like that, which might not be bad to go ahead and get. It may be worth looking at, to see if to see about getting some. I tell you, I really can't stand these glasses, but it is what it is. From that standpoint. So that's what we're looking at. What's up, Dommy? How you doing, buddy? Hey, thank you so much for the break. I'm sorry that I couldn't be there. Um Probably should have gave up my spot for someone that could have been there. So again, sorry that I could not be there for you, man. So like I said, we'll see. Gotta go walk the dog. So we'll see. Like I said, trying, I mean, I'll get whatever I'll get what I can get my hands on. There's not a lot of new stuff going on. I mean, from products coming out in the hobby, it's kind of it's a strange time right now. From a hobby perspective, there's not, you know, and there's not a lot of stuff coming out, and the stuff that is coming out, yeah, I know we have big league coming. I get that, you know, um, but what are we really looking to pull in big league, right? We're looking to pull, really at the end of the day, probably, excuse me, those influencer cards are going to be the stuff that people are going to want. Maybe. I mean, I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know what's the right way. What is it going to be from that standpoint. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. Again, product releases, it's slow right now, and I don't understand. I mean, I guess I do understand why. Um, why it is what it is. But when you're looking at your release dates, let's check the Beckett calendar. So from basketball, supposed to be this week. Yeah, Donruss Elite. Now I saw Run Good Life got FOTL, and he said that it was really, really good. So if you like basketball and everything, probably something that can go ahead and and consider and stuff. Bowman's Best University Basketball that comes out on Wednesday. Also, that's probably going to be big because you're going to have Caitlin Clark in there, and people are going to want her cards, and it's going to be interesting. I don't know if we talked about it last week, but you got the big news of Caitlin Clark signing exclusively with Panini. That's big. That is very, very big for her. That's big for Panini. That means Bowman's Best not going to have any Caitlin Clark autographs. So I mean, it is what it is, but um, so again, Wednesday we got Panini Illusions football. I love Illusions football. I will definitely try and wait until they have blasters and megas, so I can go ahead and open up some of that. That is one basketball product that I like a lot. Also on Wednesday the 13th, you got Upper Deck Golf. Upper Deck Golf coming back. Going to have a lot of guys. They have young guns. They're going to have a lot of guys that are going to be, considered their rookie card. So again, might be worth going ahead and looking at. Then we got Upper Deck Marvel Platinum. Should look really, really good. And then that gets us, from the for this week. Uh, you know, we got all those should be released tomorrow and stuff. Heritage is the 75 design. Ooh, man, that's gonna look good. That's gonna look good. We have PGA or Live 2. They don't. According to the checklist, if you look on Beckett, you look at the checklist. I mean, Freddie Couples, Victor Hovland, Justin Thomas, Sam Bennett. You got Eldrick Woods, Colin, Annika Sorensen, John Daly, Nancy Lopez, Crema, Rogers, Donald, John Daly, Michelle Wee, Justin Thomas. I'm not. Locking it looks like I don't see a lot of Justin Thomas, Colin Moran. It may just be PGA. Now they got a nice what do you call it? Young guns. Now they're only showing young. Oh, that stinks though. They're only showing young guns as maybe as a hobby box. Ooh, that stinks. That stinks. They are going to have autographs. There's only going to be two. There's going to be, as of right now, in hobby. A lot of retired people. Yeah, well, I guess that's the way they got to do it. That's the way they got to do it. There's, yeah. Ah, Live Golf gets screwed again, I guess, unless you're Live Golf people. But that's really, again, like when we're looking at the releases that are coming up, and then March 27th is football. March 15th, Leaf Trinity. March 20th, Topps Archive Signature Series Baseball Active Player Edition. Now, that one's going to be interesting. I think we talked about this a little bit last week, but that one's going to be interesting because when you sit there and you look at it, that is one card in a box. Probably going to be $60, roughly, you think? And, how many, I'm nothing against the active players, but how many of their autographs are going to be worth buying a box? Like how many of those guys, that are in that active player list are going to be worth getting where you go, "Oh my gosh." I mean, yeah. Yeah. it's risky. I mean, you know, it's again, you know, I mean, I think it's great, but you know, why not make it the other way? Like, why not make it? Again, we've talked about it. The pricing is the pricing. When's it going to change? I have no idea. Um, But when are you going to make it to where the ceiling and the break even and above, you know, is close to 50-50. So, when you got a 50-50 shot when you open up a when you open up product, right? You got that one, it's one autograph. If it's 30 bucks, you might feel good about it. You probably get people buying, multiple boxes, which it makes sense, because when again, yeah, you could be taking it to to go ahead and, buy it but if you don't get a player that you want from your team or your guy or your one or two guys, what are you going to want to do? You're going to want to sell it. You're going to want to sell it. So you're at a point to where it's like, you're hoping maybe you can get 25% of the 25% of your cost back. I guess, if you're paying 60, right, maybe 30%, it's probably a lot of $20 autographs in there. Yeah, and they put them in those big ass cases, and sometimes the cards move around in them, so it's not like it's, secured in a in a slab or anything, so it's too to me again, when I look at it, it's just like, okay, again, I like I said, honestly, I mean, I won't, I won't go crazy for that stuff like that. I mean, from that standpoint. Then on the 20th, we got Panini Limited Football. So, what is limited football? Eh, eh. Wow, that's very limited because you got a hobby box is 3 packs, and there's 5 cards per pack. So it's 15 cards in a hobby box. You get one rookie patch, one autograph, one mem, one limited exposure or tribute, and one parallel. I don't know about that one, folks. I do not know about that one at all. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I would do that. I don't know. Again, you know, especially when you look at this rookie class. If you get the CJ Stroud again, perfect. You could open up a whole bunch of that. If you get the CJ Stroud, you're doing well. But if you don't, I guess you got to hope from Mahomes. What I mean? I don't even know if I don't even know if Burrow's going to help you. Get your money back. But the prices that are out there right now from again from someone who wants to buy and sell. Honestly, that's the one where maybe you look for those rookies that have potential, and you can maybe scoop up some of those cards because the cards look pretty good. I mean, it's not a bad looking card. Um, but maybe you look at some of those rookies, and again, some of those rookies cards, that that you can go ahead and maybe scoop up and just buy the individuals rather than looking to buy the whole thing. I mean, then after that, you got Parkhurst hockey. I mean, we don't really have a big hockey crew. We don't really. It's not like a big hockey. I mean, hockey's okay, nothing special. I mean, it's 22-23 Parkhurst, so Bedard's not going to be in there unless they were able to sneak in something with him, but I doubt that. And then your real again, not saying that archives, active players, signature active players, not a good base product, but the first baseball product that you're going to have is going to be on the 22nd. You're going to have Bowman Inception. but Bowman Inception is 2023. More last year's product, which is good because at least you can still get a couple of those good rookies from last year. Yeah, I agree. Parkhurst, I mean, that's yeah, that's a great example, Lock. And Parkhurst is like score. Yep. It's in that area, right there. And then you get into the 27th. And the 22nd, then we had on the 22nd, we have Panini football, Panini Zenith football again, 2023. I mean, Zenith is okay. I've ripped I ripped one or two boxes last year. Nothing special. I mean, it's all right, but it's nothing like special. Then you have the big release at the end of the month on the 27th. That's another big day. On that day, you have Elite Extra Edition baseball. Again, it's Panini product. You won't have the logos, but hey, it doesn't make a difference. If there's a player that you like, buy the player. You know, so much is made about, logos, no logos when it comes to that. You know what? Buy the damn player. You shouldn't care. If you're a fan, and whether it be if it's Mike Trout, if it's Julio Rodriguez, if it's Edwin Diaz, if it's Fernando Alvarez, if it's Francisco Lindor, if you're a fan, collect your player. Collect your player. And usually, yeah, elite is it's mostly going to be, your prospects. So collect your team, you know. That's true. It is going to be almost all prospects elite. Now that you remember, I opened up that once. Yeah. So scratch those players. But if it's a rookie player or a prospect that may have gotten drafted by your team in probably 2023, he may have a card. Be worth going ahead and trying to get it again. Buy what you like. But don't listen to all the talking heads and everything and all the big influencers with their, hey, if you're not buying X, Y, and Z, don't worry about it. Minor league teams and names are fun. Yep, Wood Ducks, Trash Pandas. My baseball team was the Trash Pandas. What, last season? Season before that. That was no, 2 seasons ago, we were the Trash Pandas, and we had a trash can that we kept a raccoon in it, and that was our team item that we kept in the dugout. It was pretty cool. Um, but that you have Big League Baseball 2024. That's good. You have Topps Tribute Baseball 2024. That's good. Panini Flawless Basketball, Panini Obsidian Football, and then you have Topps Chrome UFC. So Topps going to have UFC product this year. That's good. What it's going to look like. We'll see what the design what design are they going to use? That's going to be very interesting to see. Something finally cheap. Yeah, big league going to be cheap. Um, Topps UFC, Topps Chrome. Pretty good, pretty nice looking. I mean, the cards look okay. I like the design from looking at it. Hobby Box is going to have 12 packs, going to have 8 cards per pack. You know, not too shabby, not too shabby. I'm sure it's going to, and I'm sure it will not be inexpensive. If you're looking for stuff that's going to be inexpensive, folks, probably for the rest of this month, your cheapest thing is going to be Big League Baseball. You probably, um, you probably won't go ahead and get anything, you know, uh, less than Big League Baseball. That's probably where your cheapness is. Your inexpensiveness. That's not called cheap. Your inexpensiveness is gonna come from that, you know, which is a good thing. Which is definitely a good thing. And then I tell you, Panini's doing impeccable WWE. I would love to get some of that, but again, stuff's going to be too expensive. It's crazy. Sneaky good product that I think because of who it is. At the end of the month, also Leaf is doing a Muhammad Ali Legacy collection. Now that's TBD. I'm sorry, TBA. So you don't know. I don't think that's going to be to yeah, impeccable is going to be 1,000 bucks a box. $1,000 a box. And what do you get? Impeccable. They have cool autographs. They have cool cards. This is the one you can get the pieces of gold in it, but it's a hobby box is one pack and it's 9 cards. They're showing CM Punk. CM Punk is in WWE Impeccable, so it just goes to show you of him sitting down. That looks like when he showed up the first time he came back. The breakdown is 5 autos, 1 insert, and 3 base. So you do get 5 autos, which ain't the worst thing. So that's pretty good from that standpoint. But again, 1,000 bucks, 5 autos. Even if you hit 5 stars, are you getting your 1,000 bucks back? You know, I mean, if you hit Roman Reigns, Triple H, Stone Cold, John Cena. I don't know if The Rock is in there. I don't know if he could have snuck in. I doubt it. Maybe The Rock is. I don't know, but so if depending on who it is, Paul Heyman, Cody Rhodes. You think about it. How many of those guys have autographs that are worth 200 bucks a pop? Not a lot, if any. Unless it's going to be a one of one or something, along those lines. So it's not going to be excuse me, it's not going to be again, probably not going to be worth it. It's probably not going to be well, I'm sorry, take the word probably out. It's definitely not going to be worth it, uh you know from that standpoint. It's I doubt it. I truly doubt that it will be worth it. So we'll see. We'll see. But again, how much is it going to be worth? Well, most anyone on the active roster has to be low. Yeah, it has to be. They better be low numbered. They better. If you think uh if you think you're going to get any kind of value, it better be a low number. It better not just be a base, a base auto. The hopefully, I mean, when you're looking at, now don't get me wrong, I mean, like, Roman has a cool one, Kurt Angle, Alexa Bliss has a nice, auto. But they don't have the what do you call it? Excuse me, they don't have the breakdown yet, the checklist, you know. And it's not on eBay yet, so no one is trying to sneak in. Um, but when you look at 2022, again, again, not saying it's not gonna be worth it, but you know, I don't know. I just don't. I don't think it's gonna be worth it, as a whole. No, wrestling's not. I mean, it's such a niche market, from that standpoint. From a collector standpoint, and from trying to, sell it and everything. I pulled some cards, the other day. Um, I pulled some, you know, to probably to potentially go ahead and put up, and they're not big dollar cards. I mean, and, even out of a blaster, you still, excuse me, it's still, difficult to, go and get, your value out of it. So I mean, again, when I look at it from a standpoint, you know, the guys and girls that are in this market and that are really going ahead and buying and selling cards. Uh, it's going to be, yeah, it's not an easy market to try and make money in. HBK Taker, Alexa, Sasha, and then Cody and Punk. Yeah, hmm most definitely, most definitely. And people, would probably want Sasha because right now she's going to be Mercedes Monet. For as long as she stays, in AEW. But people are going to say, "Ooh, but if she comes back and get that Sasha Banks auto, uh, Hulk Rockin', Hulk, Hogan, Rock, and Austin." Yeah, I would think they would try and squeeze Rock in there. They probably had Austin and Hogan, um, but I don't know. I don't know if Rock will be in there. There's no checklist or anything right now, so we'd have to wait and see. Um, but when you look at, and it's funny, when you look at March, at least March has some stuff. March, at least, but then all of a sudden you get to April, man, it starts thinning out, and you get to May, right? I mean, this is what they have right now, but you would think April, you should still have a good clue, good idea as to what you are getting out there in the market, and it ain't a lot. I mean, as of right now, and again, it will change, but as of right now, there's no Tops Fanatic products being released in April. I don't know. That's not good, man. That's not good. Still live, but I'm gonna chat silent now. Wow, thank you, sir. Bowman, May 8th for 24. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you look at the calendar, you have to go all the way to May before you find a baseball product. How do you do that? Like, I mean, I get it. Like, you can't come out with series 2 right away. But you see, that's where, in my opinion, they bit themselves in the ass by saying, "We're not doing fire anymore. We're not doing, what's the other one? Gallery anymore." All the brands that they got rid of, you could use those. You could have your printer out there. You could, even if it's 24, you have 24 product, you could have done fire, you could have done gallery, but decided not to. Hello, Maddie. That is what happened with Fanatics niece. Yep. Yep. Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with you, and you know, I guess you could do series 1 Chrome if you wanted to. Maybe you could have done that and had that ready to go, but you know, they do. I saw GPK, I saw Star Wars, I saw, like I said, spot, you know, they don't have that stuff on well, they don't have any of that showing up on Beckett right now. So I don't know what they're going to do. From a baseball fan perspective, I mean, if you're looking for stuff, it's basically series 1 and big league for 2024. That's it. That's it. There is really, if you want 2023, that's awesome. But what are you going to get for 2023? You're going to get Topps Tribute. I'm sorry, Topps Tribute is a 24 product. So you got like 424 product, 324 products. But Topps Tribute, that's another one. That ain't cheap. Let's see what they got. Hobby box is 6 packs, 3 cards per pack. You get 3 autographs and 3 mem cards. So, you get 18 cards, 12 of them are base, 3 of them are autographs, 3 of them are mem. That's not gonna be cheap. I'm not, I just don't understand what the hell we're doing. Titus, my man, thank you very much for being here. Much appreciated, sir. Much appreciated, sir. Best way to buy now, anyway. Wait until it's a year old and cheap. Yep, that and that's what is happening. You go. I mean, it. I would love to buy some Prism basketball, some Mosaic basketball, just because I mean, I like the sport. I like the cards. From a value perspective, it makes no sense for me to buy it. Number one, it's overpriced. Number two, there's so much of it on shelves, at least at Walmart, where that crap in all 6 months or so, it's not all of a sudden, oh my gosh, it's going to sell out of nowhere. It's still going to be sitting there. And when it's still sitting there, they're going to have to drop the price. They did it with baseball. They had all those baseball products that were down to like $17, $15. You're going to see the exact same thing. You're going to see the exact same thing happen, with the basketball. They're going to have to, because no one is buying it. I mean, I was in there the other day. There was 3 other people going ahead and looking at the product and everything. Nobody picked up any of the basketball. Um, I think one guy picked up a football. Another guy, picked up, I think, like an old baseball product, but wasn't, worth everything. I've not seen you and Anthony live show lately. Baseball fan. As far as seeing Anthony on the show, you won't for the near future. Um, Anthony's new job will not allow him to be on the show, because they believe it would be a conflict of interest because he works now in the hobby. Yeah, I couldn't believe when I saw the man. I thought maybe it would go ahead and it would come down. Um, Hoping they make it clear. And yeah, I know my LCS. So what were they, 30? I think in Walmart. My LCS had him for 25. Mr. Shaw, how are you doing, Jeff? Hope all is well with you and the boys and the rest of the fam. Um, but speaking of Jeff, I saw NASCAR on the shelf. Saw Chronicles 2023 Chronicles. I bought a couple of boxes, a couple of blasters. See if you can go ahead and get something. But saw some NASCAR. Even the hockey. The hockey you see is the old hockey. I mean, I'm still seeing 22, 23. Still seeing 21, 22. And they do have, yeah, they're getting ready to, like we were talking about earlier. They're getting ready. They're going to release Parkhurst hockey. You still got Parkhurst out on the shelves and everything. I mean, it's just crazy. Yeah, $5 cheaper on Walmart.com. Yep. Hey Frank, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for swinging by. you know, um, but yeah, I mean, the pricing is it's crazy. You know, um, you know, for the higher end stuff. I mean, if you really want to gamble at the lowest amount, it might be trying to get into a buy it now break. And you hope your team, and you hope your team is at a decent price, and you hope maybe it's multiple boxes. But even with the breakers and stuff, like they have that website, I forgot what it was, where they, like they rank the breakers on who gives you the best value. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you have to, you got to do. You buy a blaster for Dom. Um, Not tonight, but Thursday night you can. Different show. Thursday night you most definitely can. You can buy one for him for sure. Uh-oh, Frank, behave. No, Dom, a Dommy is a pillar of the community. Um, I can't say enough about the guy's graciousness to me, to my son. He you know, was one of the first, he definitely, not the only one, but one of the first guys, who, welcomed us in and everything and stuff like that. And I know some of it has to do with this, but an awesome human being, awesome man. Uh, Great to go ahead and hang out with in chats and everything. And I do hope one day I'm able to, get to New York. Me and Mike go to a baseball game, and have a beverage and hang out with Dom and break some bread and stuff. Look forward to that. Kenny, what is up, my man? Yeah, come on, Dom. Frank's trying to be nice. I mean, he wants to buy you a blaster box full of bums. No, you're not, Frank. You're great in the chats. You keep the chat alive. 100% Dami is an awesome guy. Now, if you go ahead and you wear your Clemens jersey, no, 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 don't got one of them. Don't got one of them. I mean, I don't hate the guy, but I'm not a big fan of his either. Um, you know, but yeah. So, but but again, getting back to product hey, he's calling out Mike. Um, yeah, getting back to product. I mean, it really is tough for us baseball guys. It's tough out there. Like, how much Series One can you continue to buy? And I don't blame people. I mean, you oh, that's right. I used a forbidden word. I'm sorry. Um, how much Series One can you go ahead and buy? Even like when Big League comes out, how much? How much can you buy and rip? Yes, you rip for fun and all that kind of stuff, but it's great to go ahead and do, but the problem you have is it's gotten to the point to where the market is being driven so much by potential breakers and by investors. You can say, well, not really, but the investors are coming in more and more and more. From that standpoint. Um, I might, Frank. I will definitely look through my cards, and if I have any 400 to 500, I will definitely put them on the side. For you. I may have heritage in that box right there that I have to look through. So if I have any, they're yours, buddy. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, nah, nope. They'll just, they'll just be sent to you. I'm not worrying about that kind of stuff, man. Um, but again, us as collectors is just getting to the point, it's like, as a collector, one of the things that was always special about collecting was, you know, taking that pack, ripping it open and getting your card. That really, that really was the basis of it, right? When you're a collector, and stuff like that, and you were looking at cards, and you were cracking that thing, pulling out, and you're going, "Damn, this is awesome!" I got this, I got this Billy Smith hockey card. I got this baseball card. I got, whatever it may be. You know, that that is where the excitement came from. But now with the pricing, think about it. The excitement of hitting a big card is now on a screen about that big. or smaller because you're watching off your tablet, your laptop, your phone, maybe your PC, and you got a big screen. But that's where the excitement comes from now. The excitement isn't even yours anymore. It's, oh my gosh, like, oh yeah, you pulled this card. Woo, 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 woo. And it's not even yours, you know? Steel City. What is happening? How are you? Very cool. Billy Smith wasn't going. Man, Frank, you're on it, man. You are on it, my friend. You know. But so that's where the excitement has changed. I mean, like what a difference. I look at it from a standpoint of is, I you know, you know, I got this card. You saw the video, the Francisco Alvarez to 50. I got it in a break. Do I love the card? Yeah, I got the redemption. I got it in. It was great, you know. But a card that is like even, cool is, the Derek Jeter Gold. Why? The Derek Jeter Gold, because I actually pulled this out of a box. And this card also, it's, I mean, I wouldn't mind selling it, but it's hard to sell because this card got me in If Sports top 10 retail polls. And it also got me on Tops's top polls from 2023, the first episode they did. So that all of a sudden now that has a little bit of sentimental value. I mean, yeah, it's a Yankee, it sucks, but I mean, it's Derek Jeter, and well, he won number two at least, right? From that standpoint, so it means a little more. But most of the other ones now, it's like, hey, I was in a break. Okay, I got a card. Okay, I mean, I was in a break. I hit a one of one. I was in a hockey break. I hit a 1 of 1 rookie auto. It's awesome. I could say I have a 1 of 1, but I didn't really pull it. I mean, I watched the guy open up the pack, so I mean, it is what it is. I mean, but what are you gonna do? It's 2 cases of toilet paper and 1 pound of hot dogs for the Jeter. Oh man. Chili and onions? No. you know, but I mean, that's where the market's going now. The market is going to where, like big league again. Hey, I don't know what you could pull out of big league. I haven't looked at the checklist. I do have a box coming. I think it's getting ready to ship, and 2 packs of buns. Woo-hoo! Keep sweetening the deal, Frankie. Keep sweetening the deal. You know, um, but again, it's like, that's where it's going. So, we say it's collecting profit. We say, it's collecting cards, it's what's going on. It's, hey, can I buy? Can I sell? I mean, right now, to be honest with you, buying and selling, to some of the cards and stuff. I mean, again, it's not the thing I miss the most because it's hard. There's very few products where you can get that you can afford, where you can get hits. Is so that thrill, is getting less and less and less. Mustard and relish. I'll do mustard and kraut. I'm not a relish guy. I will do mustard and kraut though. 4 hobby boxes from Steel City. Nice, Frank. Nice. I think I have 2 coming from Tops, you know. But, you know, again, I mean, do I have some nice cards that I've gotten? Yeah. Would I have loved to have been the one to crack open the box, cut that cellophane, open it up, you know, and and rip open that wrapper? You're damn right I would have. But I can't afford that Bowman Best. I can afford to buy the Mets in the Bowman Best. but I can't afford to buy, the box. And I mean, excuse me, and the break I was getting into, um, the break that I was getting into, it was a 4 box, so it was 8 mini boxes of Bowman's Best, and the Mets were like $60, $65. You know, I get my team, I'm gonna get the cards, it pays. That for as much as it is, I mean, now, you gotta be careful with your breaks, gotta be careful. You have to go ahead and, you know, um, only break with people that trust, right? You break with Dami, because he's, he's dealing with, with other breakers in the card community, and you trust those people. You know you're gonna get your cards. Any card that is pulled, you're gonna go ahead and get. Yeah, crazy, wasn't it? Not anymore. You'd be lucky. You know what I'm saying? So from that standpoint, you have to go somewhere right. Um, I personally, like, I will. Uh, I'll log on to Whatnot every now and again. If a new product comes out and I don't see anybody and I just want to watch a few breaks of it to see what kind of stuff is being pulled, I'll watch, Whatnot. But when you listen to the horror stories and everything of people not getting their cards and then the cards, showing up on eBay already slabbed by PSA, nope, not going to deal with that kind of crap. Not going to deal with it at all. you know. So I mean, I mean, I just wouldn't do it anymore. I mean, there's plenty of people you could break with me. I'm trying to do. I'm going to talk about it on Thursday in more detail. But I want to. I'm going to put a break together. Probably going to be 3 or 4 hobby boxes. It's going to be pretty cool. Tops Chrome Platinum 20 for 700. That's not. I mean, is that 40 or 20? Oh, hell yeah. But on your Topps Platinum, Frank, are those 20 boxes or is it 40 boxes? Um, yeah, there's too many. I mean, it's like every day you hear another story, or every other day you hear a story. Oh, ooh, 16 boxes. Very cool. But every day, every other day, you hear a story. You hear a story about about somebody else. Hey, I hit this card. I didn't get it. I hit that card. I didn't get it. The Whatnot. I was watching one of the last clips. I think it might have been on IG about a breaker on Whatnot going ahead and taking the cards off the screen, and you could see when he fanned them that there was some kind of hit in it. They when he went ahead and like a lot of breakers, they do the cheat where they go ahead and they go, oh, we got a black one. Go, we got a black gold. We got a black gold, right? And then he went ahead and shared. Then he took them and he said, oh, we're gonna pull from the back, and he pulled the back card, and then all of a sudden, cards went off the screen, and they came back, and guess what? That black card was not there. Light box, hobby light boxes. Nice. Oh, that's pretty cool. 16 hobby boxes. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's another one. So that one is a weird one. That one is a weird one if you believe the stories. If you believe so, what the story is that the guy who bought the Spurs um was having a problem with this payment, and he wanted to pay another way, but the guy was like, "Listen, don't worry about it. You can owe me the money by whatever the number was, whatever the price was." So he agreed to an IOU as soon as the guy can get his, they can figure out what was wrong with the payment. The guy agreed to the IOU. Boom, he pulls the short print, Wembenyama, and all of a sudden the guy's like, "Hey, sorry, You didn't pay for it. You ain't getting it. Uh, that was bad. That was bad, and it was bad because the guy who had the payment issue has the screenshots of the guy saying that agreeing to an IOU. So I mean, that's that sucks. That's just horrible. Yeah, that is just absolutely positively horrible. I would not do that. But speaking of Webinyama, I know there's not a lot of people here, but what I'm curious about with the chat is this. So, oh yeah, I would be mad as hell. So the 101 black finite was pulled and it was sent to PSA. It is off center left to right, but it kind of looks like it could still potentially get a 10. To me, it shouldn't because it should be a lot more perfect, but that's not within the guidelines. So, um, trust is one most. Yeah, 100%. Wemby Rademacher got the Wemby hotbox foil from A&G time. Wow. So what did that get? Did that get random off there, Locking? But going back, so the black finite, it gets pulled. It was a personal rip. It goes to PSA. Oh, very cool. You have the non-MLB spot. Goes to PSA and gets a 10. And after it comes back with a 10, the the guys who submitted it, when they're showing it, they do a shout out and they shout out Kurt's Card Care. So they used Kurt's Card Care products on the card. Did it affect it? Who knows? But they used cleaning products or they used some kind of products on the card and it got a 10. My question to a lot of you guys in the chat is that good? Is that bad? Would you care? Again, I know a lot of people um, don't necessarily grade. A lot of the people that hang out here and stuff like that. A lot of them don't necessarily grade. Some do, but if if you're now it's out there. But if that was not made public and you're gonna buy that card and that card they're saying 700, 800,000. If he plays the rest of the year and he wins rookie of the year, who the hell knows? It is possible $1 million card. I mean, if somebody's willing to pay it, right? You can only go by what somebody is willing to pay. You know, no use for grading anything. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't necessarily grade to because a lot of the stuff that I get graded, I really am trying to get it slabbed. The grade is kind of secondary. I just kind of get the card slabbed, encased, and not a whole bunch of them. But then I do give them out as gifts and stuff like that, those types of things. But I do more of my grading more for slabbing. What are my thoughts on Jeff backing out of the $100 card deal yesterday? I spoke to him about it and got his take. So, um, hold on. I just want to go over here. So, how do you know if the GY at PSA not switching your card for less growth? Anything is possible. 100%. I'm assuming all that stuff is filmed. I'm assuming they have some kind of security. I don't know. So, I am kind of sort of on Jeff's side, based off of the way that I heard the story, right? It's like, hey, we agree to this deal, but then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, by the way, I don't want to send the card to you. I want you to come out and get the card. Um, I don't. Again, and I don't know from what I was, from what I have read. Again, I'm just going by that information. I think it's awesome that you're able to go ahead and get, Jeff. Jeff is right here in Atlanta. I mean, I can only imagine what it would be like to try and get him on this show to spend even 10 minutes just to go ahead and talk to him. I haven't been to Cards HQ yet. I have to get there because I'm only about probably I'm less than 10 miles from Cards HQ. But I mean, Jeff backing out of the deal. Number one, he was not, from what I heard, he was not talking to the actual card owner. And then all of a sudden, it's like, hey, I want you to fly to Vancouver, Canada, to get the card. So I have no issue with Jeff backing out. Um, you know, I mean, I can't fault the guy when all of a sudden some of these other stipulations were put on there. So I mean, I get it. I get it. Trader Joe tote bags they sell for $2.99 are reselling for hundreds of dollars, even though they said they are making more sense. Oh, dude, it is absolutely flipping nuts what people will buy and resell. Well, because they sell for that price because I don't know if you can buy them online, but let's say you can't buy them online. How you going to buy them? You're a Trader Joe's person. There was Trader Joe's where you lived and you move away. Now you don't have Trader Joe's. One of your Trader Joe's tote bags breaks. You want another one, you got to pay. Yeah. I was saying like that's the part that gets me. I don't care how much the deal is. Now don't get me wrong. I mean, maybe if it was something, if it's a one of one, like let's say it was this Wemby, I can understand if you go ahead and talk about that while they're negotiating back and forth. Not, hey, we agree. And then, oh, by the way, you're going to fly out to Vancouver and I'll hand you the card. I mean, come on. I'm not, I'm not a big, like I said, that's why I don't have a problem with Jeff going ahead, and backing out of that deal. The Stanley's cups are friggin' ridiculous. That is just mind-boggling to me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, you know, like I said, I met Jeff at the National. I got a picture with him in 2021. Would I love to go ahead and figure out a way to get him on the show? You bet your ass I would. I would love to go ahead and talk, and maybe if I can get to Cards HQ a few times and somehow get some kind of a relationship, like just a like more of a hello or just to see a common, a face that he sees frequently, maybe. But again, you know, um, I can't beat up the guy, and no one should beat up the guy. He is, he has said some things that are, crazy, but who hasn't? What about all those people that were hyping up um uh John Morant base cards in 2020 and Zion base cards, and Sambuca de Boya, whatever the hell his name was. A lot of those guys, they were all getting, pumped up, pumped up, pumped up and everything. So like I said, I can't, he's not the only one who has said some crazy stuff. He did. He just opened up a rather large store. It's a very interesting store. I have to go there. Um, why I haven't gone there, I have zero excuse. Just haven't gone over that way. There are a lot of interesting concepts that he's doing. He's going to have breaking. He has a spot where you could, if you buy a box, you could break and go like live right there in the store. He's supposed to be doing like live shopping, from what I heard, to where people will have, like one of his associates will have a camera. They can go through the displays and you can live shop from wherever you where anywhere you are. So it's really a great, a great idea and stuff. Yeah, his business model is very, very interesting. I agree wholeheartedly, and that's just it. You don't have to. You don't have to like what he does. Who cares? Who who cares? And people, well, he's an influencer, and then he should be. But well, okay, look, there are people that take friggin' diet advice from freaking Oprah Winfrey and movie stars. There's people in every industry that go ahead and where other people take advice from that are not the best people to take advice from. That's on. It's not on. He shares an opinion. And if he says, "Hey, you should buy this card because I think this card is worth it," and if you go out there and you do it just because he said that, sorry. Yes, you want to say he has some part of responsibility in that, I guess. I don't necessarily believe it, but that's just me. Cards HQ is what it is called. I mean, it's nice. Mantis, what's going on, buddy? Thank you. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Hey, man, if you ever want to come on, let me know. Hook me up on Instagram if you want to come on. We can go ahead and have a great live chat. Um, I definitely go ahead and have you on and talk. Um, but again, like I said, the, it's a hobby, and what has happened since 2020 when it was, I mean, it's never not been a hobby, but there was a little shift. People had money. They weren't able to, like, you saw what happened in 2020. People were stuck at home. They couldn't do stuff. So they decided to go ahead and people were going through their attic because they were, and what a great time to go ahead and clean up. Let's go ahead and clean up. Let's clean up the attic. They found their cards and they started looking at them. And people had nothing to do. And people had money. And they started buying. And they had buying. And they were buying. What are you gonna do? Sasha is in Boston. Yeah, you can have 10 guys on. You can have like, yeah, you can, as long as you when you yeah, I can have 10 guys. Very nice, very nice. Sasha Banks. Surprised I haven't heard about it. That's gonna be tomorrow night in Boston. I can't believe AEW confirmed it. Very, very surprised. Yeah, a lot of people did. A lot of people did. I started, my collect, so different collecting. To me, when I first started, 1976, 1977, more 1970, probably 1976. Um, Collecting was buying cards and just buying cards and opening with your friends and trading. There was never like me and my friends never put a value on a card, and we knew our cards because all we opened up was Tops 1976, Tops 1977, right? We knew our cards, and as I was opening up the two packs that I bought, and my buddy Sean was opening up the two packs that he bought. It was only two words you heard when we were opening. Got him, need him. Got him, need him, got him, need him, got him. And then when everything that you had that you already had, every card you had already had one of, I gave my stack to Sean. Sean gave his stack to me. And then we went through and he said, "Hey, I need these 7 cards." And I would say, "Hey, I need these 5." You went, "Cool. You take those. I'll take these." You give him back the other ones and you move on. That's all it was. There was never this, well, back in 19 said, well, you just pulled the Thurman Munson All-Star card, you know, and this one over here is, this is just, a Jerry Grody, catchers. You just pulled Pete Rose and I just pulled, Don Hahn. It was nothing like that. It was, I need these 5, you need those 7. Cool. Thank you very much. Give the other ones that you already had back to your buddy, and you were done, and you moved on. Showed a picture of her visiting. I gotcha. Yeah, that's all it was. 1 for 1. Wow, you haven't touched them, so you put them in those boxes. Holy smokes. It's crazy. Just 10 years ago, I bought a sealed box of 1980s tops. What? $250. Great. Wow. Yeah, it is crazy. It's absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Walking, thanks for hanging out, buddy. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you, sir. Orlando, how you doing? So, yeah, so the whole, again, the Jeff thing, it is what it is. I mean, I can't fault the guy. But like I said, what I'm curious about again, you know, is I wonder as this, Kurt's card care seems to be, like this is going to be big. If his product, and you don't know, because I don't know if we, I doubt we would get a before and after, right? But if his product helped that Wemby go from a 9 to a 10, which means it goes from, I don't know, maybe a 9 is 50 grand to 700, 800,000. Is that good or bad? Number one. Number two, if you are the purchaser, do you want to know? If you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna want, now, if someone doesn't disclose that, are you okay with that? Do you care? And this is not, and I've heard people go, well, hey man, I clean my cards before I send them the PSA. What's your version of cleaning? I mean, if I have, this, shiny, what's a DAC? No, no, but if I have this shiny card, yeah, before I put it in this penny sleeve, I'm gonna wipe it down with a microfiber just to take any kind of fingerprints off, and then put it in, put it in the card saver. I'm not gonna sit there, putting polish and doing all this other stuff. It's good. I don't care unless something is added or removed from the car, but that's just me. No, I see. I agree. I agree. But let me ask you, but let me ask you this question. Do you want to know that, hey, I used Kurt's card care on this card that got a PSA 10? Do you want to know? Yes or no? Do you trim to make it centered? That's a great question. I mean, don't get me wrong. Wouldn't surprise me if people have or people will. You know, I don't know. And here's the thing. And here's why I can honestly say, I know you're joking. Um, here's honest to goodness. Here's the reason why I could say that I lean more towards the I don't care than I care a lot. And one reason, and one reason only. I'm never going to be able to afford that Webinyama card. So I don't care. I don't care if that card got any work done on it to go from a 9 to a 10. I don't care because I can't afford it. And to be honest with you, I collect Fred Lynn, and if I can find, if I find a graded cards, I was looking at some stuff from him of his cards. I was trying to do, Frank, you mentioned uh the chrome platinum that you bought. I'm trying to do a Fred Lynn rainbow of platinum, as many as I can. Some of the low numbered autographs are all slabbed. I'll consider buying them. And at that price, I don't care if they were worked on. Doesn't make a difference to me. I could care less because, again, I can't, the super duper expensive card, I'm never going to buy. I don't need to know if they used it. It's like buying a restored car. If the parts are original and the VINs match, I'm good. That's a great, that's a good way to look at it. I think that's really good. Yeah. Like I said, yeah, if I was buying $100,000, 200,000, 500,000, $1 million card, I mean, again, even still at that, as I sit here and talk about it, to be honest with you, even at that part, am I buying it for my collection or am I buying it with the potential of thinking, hey, man, it's going to go up and I'm going to sell it, right? It's kind of like the Mickey Mantle card, right? That's been sold, I don't even know how many times, right? That's an investment card. That's a card that, I mean, I don't know if someone's gonna buy that card and put it in a collection and then we never see it on the market again until something happens to that person, right? I don't know. But again, if I'm buying the Wemby, I say, hey, I'm gonna hold it, see what happens. And resell it. Again, part of me is thinking, if I don't know, then I don't know. So who cares? Well, thank you for it, sir. We got Dommy's back in the house. Fresh Funky Frank. Oh, very cool. But like I was saying, again, for me, it does not matter. Again, it doesn't matter because if someone, to be honest with you, if someone can make a Fred Lynn card look better using Kurt's card care, and I buy it, and I got a really nice looking card in my collection, works for me. Works for me. Why? Because it's a collection. You know what I'm saying? I mean, again, it boils down to something we talked about earlier. You know, I'm a, I am, I'm a flipper. I do sell. I am a flipper though. I'm not gon- I don't look at cards as an investment. Like I don't look and go, "Ooh, I can buy that $100 card and then sell it for 200 or 300 or 400 down the road." That's not the way I, do it. All right, Kenny. Hey, brother. Feel better, man. Again, keep fighting, man. Keep freaking fighting. As Jim Valvano said, don't give up. Don't ever give up. I believe that. Please. Yep. I watched that too, man. Interested to see the trend line of tens pre and post card craze. That's wow. That's interesting. Headed to Walmart, check card shortly. Like to find a Bedard tin. Those tins are $60. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And again, we don't know what was used. I'm sure there's been plenty of stuff that's been used on cards. And again, I'm okay with it. I don't care. If I'm an investor, maybe I want to know, but I'm more of the cards. I mean, again, I'm not looking at buying that card and putting it away and in a year selling it. And that's not the way I do it. So, to me, it doesn't get, it will be interesting. I wonder if people are going to ask, you know, um, you know, will PSA, SGC, Beckett, CGC, will any of them make an official statement that, hey, if we, can they figure out if something was used on the card? I don't know. Maybe they can, but you got it, man. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. When I was a kid, you couldn't find any hockey or basketball cards. Like, yeah, right. Very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. I know. It's freaking crazy. And it was funny, still it's hey Johnny, what's happening, man? It's funny you say that. So I was on I was on X the other day and the at the card purchaser, it's these, a lot of people tag him and and stuff like that and for his cards and everything. And um somebody posted and they said, I don't understand. There are two cards, the same card. One is in a slab of PSA 9, and I'm gonna make up prices. It sold for 200 bucks. There was a raw card and it sold for like 275, 300 bucks. And the person's like, what the hell's going on? Why is a raw card worth more than the PSA 9? And what people were saying is that people see the raw card and they believe, by looking at it on their screen, that that card looks better than the one that got the PSA 9. So they might as well buy it and they could potentially submit it and get a 10. And they're good. They're golden. Yeah, Firestar, I love your channel. I do have a second year Wayne the Great hockey card. Yeah. He's another one of those guys. I mean, it's again, you know, generational talent type guy. You look at his red card, in hockey, Connor McDavid. Mario Lemieux is the one that is the most interesting one because there's a dude who, man, there are people. And I used to watch hockey a lot more when I was younger. And when you could see it more, I used to watch. Living on Long Island, had the Islanders. They were, they were on the local, cable channel, so would always watch the games and stuff. And I remember when Mario Lemieux first came up and everything, and it was like, oh my goodness gracious, this guy is gonna destroy Wayne Gretzky's records. He was that damn good, but then he got injured, and you know, and now Connor McDavid started his hockey in my city. Oh, very cool. Now you got Connor McJesus, as people call him, and he's unbelievable. You know, Crosby, interesting. Crosby's interesting. Even from a collector's perspective, he never got. I think personally, unless you're a Pittsburgh guy or a fan of that one, I don't think Crosby got the due he deserved because he's always seemed, as well, crybaby Crosby is what they called him. He hung out with he was a crybaby before, he was popular having Crosby crybabies before Cody got crybabies. You know what I'm saying? So that's, that he was there. McDavid, incredible. And now, Connor Bedard, and you look at what his cards are going for. I'm sorry, that's crazy. That is crazy. I'm not saying the kid doesn't have talent, but he already got hurt his first year once, and he had to miss time. So we've already seen that. And it's going to be one of those things where people, you're banking a lot on an 18-year-old kid. 18 years old can't even go out with his teammates after a game to have a beer. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? So so from that standpoint, it's interesting. He played for the Erie Otters. Frank is an Erie, Pennsylvania guy. Um, so from that standpoint. So again, I can understand, people taking a chance and all that kind of stuff, but you look at him, you look at Wembanyama, you talking two guys that came into two sports um, with so much hype, like the biggest prospects that we have seen in many, many years, you know. But unfortunately, all it takes is an injury. It takes Wembanyama, you know, jumping up and landing wrong, and boom, it's over. It is, I mean, and not over, but It's far as, what it was. And now, it was different when you look at, uh, yeah, yeah, well, Jeffries just had way, way too much hype on him. It was ridiculous. You know, Bo, yeah, Bo's another one. Look at Bo. Bo is definitely another, guy who, injury. He was on his way, to being, a great dual sport athlete. Boom, one play, dislocated hip, done. Now, again, you think about it in today's day and age, if Bo Jackson was out today, before and pre-injury Bo, and some of the things he was doing when he did the freaking Spider-Man, like it was a Spider-Man running along the wall, when he made that throw, and when he made that throw and threw out Harold Reynolds, when he ran over Brian Bosworth, when he cut that corner and took off and ran through, to the tunnel, in the Seattle Dome, right? You think about those acts, what they would have done to the value of his cards today. I mean, you would have been talking ridiculous money, and then look what happens. A lot of people would have taken a bath with him. Yeah, Jason Dominguez. All right, he's back. Sweet. Topps is pushing out the products for Big League Tribute, now Heritage. John, the truth is, if they don't, what are you going to open? That's not a lot when you think about it. Whoa, Frank's not buying it. RG3. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Not gonna buy it. Working on 2022 Heritage. Big League got pushed out. Big League got pushed out? No. Say it ain't so, dummy, dummy, dummy. I thought I saw something from Tops. Maybe I didn't see something from Tops. I thought I saw something from Tops that said that something was on its way. Oh, I did order a couple different things from Tops. I'll have to check. Pushed out, what do you mean? Meaning yeah, but archive active player, John, that's one card per box. And it's gonna be what, 60 bucks, 70 bucks maybe? Archives is nice. Yep, big league is 317. That's fine. Beast did not. I don't think it got pushed out. Nothing that I've seen. It even shows on Beckett that it's going. It's there. I could have sworn that I saw. I'm just looking at my. I'm looking at my email right now. I thought I got an email from Tops saying that my stuff was getting ready to ship. But again, like I said, I did buy something else. So it would make no sense for them to be shipping big league when it's still 2 weeks out. So it's probably something else I'm buying. Yeah, 90 bucks for archives. 95% of it, you're never going to even get close to 90 bucks. If it's 90 bucks, man, that you think about where does that push the players? There's a handful of players that are going to be worth getting. Crazy. I just hate the insert cards. So hard to get on. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Steel City has big league for $50. No, I think the 90 he was referring to, Frank, was for excuse me. Um, the 90 bucks was for a tribute. Big league for 42. Not bad at all. No, not gonna be a bad rip. Not gonna be a bad rip at all. I mean, 42 bucks to potentially get a Jabs influencer card. and then rip it right in half or burn it. That's awesome. I mean, that is great value there. That's great entertainment. Yeah. Oh, that'd be even better. Oh, yeah, put it in the shredder. Put a little container below it, put it in the shredder, put it back and go, "Hey, man, check it out. Here's your card." Um, what do you think tribute's gonna be? Well, tribute's gonna be a lot more money. Tribute would definitely be more. Yep. Stadium Coca released today on oh, they went ahead and, they released it again? I bought a compact box at a show, um, and, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Tops 24 Heritage pre-order is $95 a box. Tribute. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I did see it. You're right. My bad. I did. Now that you said that price, yeah. Now, I don't know what Tops is gonna do. It's what they have going on and everything. But the compact box is yeah. I mean, it's really it's really good. You got you get your good cards. You get your red foil, your black foil. Hopefully you can get a short print. Plus the autograph. Um, at a Yeah, at a 23 Stadium Club Chrome, I pulled the gold minted Volpe out of a damaged box. I was very happy with that. Very very happy with that. I'm sure they are. Are they doing it? Is it exclusive or is it like where they'll have extra packs like with Series One, or is it just the stuff? I tell you, the two I would love to get would be Striker and Chai City. Not exclusive. Okay, I didn't know if they were doing the same thing that they did, with Series One. I sent Striker a message to see if I can go ahead and get him on the show, but I'm not as big as the Baseball Junkies podcast. So wasn't I didn't try. I definitely tried. You'll think. See, I'm sure. I would say they probably. I would think they probably would. Yeah, I agreed. I sent him an email message. I even dropped your name, Johnny. Dropped your name. Dropped your name. But it's okay. I gotta talk to Big John. Just what I need. You on this side, Beast on this side. I'd have to be in the middle because you two would go crazy every day. It's Big John's birthday. So, Dom, I hope your break went well. I'm really, really sorry that I could have only have been in there basically just for like 3 or 4 minutes at the beginning. Um, I was actually standing on the baseball field, getting ready to start practice as Mike did as Mike was doing the spreadsheet of who got what's team. So I'm very, very sorry that I could not be there for you. Wow. Um, just baseball and the baseball and the baseball part of the hobby of direction, of where he sees it's going, what does he think, just overall the whole, being able to, the value in the products and all that, that kind of good stuff. Well, no, yeah, I understand, but you know what? I you know, you were gracious enough to allow me in, and I couldn't be there for you, so I'm not too happy about it. I will figure out a way to make it up to you. Ah, my brother, my brother. Wow, that is flipping awesome. I have yet to pull one of those, man. Oof. That would be good. Thank you, my brother. I saw a guy pulled the Cal Ripken one, which was pretty cool. Out of a fat pack, that's pretty darn good. That is pretty darn good, my friend. I I was looking at when I went to the store today, I didn't see fat packs. I saw like regular packs, which I thought was, I mean, not that it was crazy, but they had the regular packs. I think it was like what, $4 a pack, $5 a pack, maybe. I forgot what it was. I haven't seen fat packs. Well, I mean, I hope the only fat packs that I saw was that one time when I found them and I opened them up. Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it, and I feel the same way about you. Knowing that I can go ahead, and hit you up if I need you is awesome. Same thing with the beast. But it's going to be interesting to see. We were talking about it earlier. I know you guys were busy, but we were saying that, when you look at the calendar and everything, like I look on Beckett's calendar, um, I don't see the Bowman. I mean, I don't see the Heritage on here. So I'm not sure when the Heritage, is due to, come out. But when you look at it, baseball, there ain't a lot. We mentioned tribute, we mentioned top archives, and you have Bowman. But after that, it's very, very thin. And you wonder, okay, we mentioned it earlier. Does it hurt that they got rid of fire? Does it hurt that they got rid of gallery? Does it hurt that they got rid of those things? Maybe I'll put a jumbo in my break that I want to do. I shouldn't have said that on air. April 2nd or April 6th? I mean, I agree. I hope it is. But on Beckett's calendar, they don't have Heritage. Dom caught that. I may have to, thanks, Frank. Thank you very much. Uh, so we will see what happens. Like I was saying, 410. Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting. See if they actually hit that date. I think that's gonna be that would be good. But even still, see, I mean, okay. I mean, I got Stadium Club. I do have um Series One. Uh, I was thinking about getting some Garbage Pail Kids, which you don't care about that. Some NASCAR. There's not a lot out there, Dom. I really would love to, but yes, you funky fresh Frank. But there's just unfortunately, the new stuff just isn't available. Yeah, I would think it would be Tribute. I would think Tribute would be the one that will that would probably get going. Yep. Well, I know Jimmy asked for it. I actually sent Jimmy the link. I thought he must have been busy. Jimmy wanted to come on live with me. We were talking about it. Um we were talking about it this week and everything. And you know, not a big deal that he didn't. Hopefully I can get him on. I know he'd like to come on. I'd love to have him on. I think it would be cool. So, excuse me. Um, so we will see what happens. I think baseball is going to be again. Like I said, I just wonder, in my opinion, I wonder if cutting some stuff out affects them now. From that standpoint. So we'll see. We will see what happens. See what happens as things go. As things go forward. I think. I think baseball card collecting is going to be very, very interesting because you don't. eh, When are they going to release the higher end product? I know Series Two is probably. I would. When are they going to put Yamamoto? When are they going to put Otani as not as a short print? And get him in. Uh, the Series Two. From that standpoint, to me, I don't know why they wouldn't consider releasing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't disagree. I think it does in some way, hurt the releasing, but to be like, why couldn't you do Chrome? Like, why Heritage? Why not consider doing Chrome? I I think it has to. I think it has to have them in their new uniform. You know, well, like I said, why why wouldn't you have Chrome come out if you're cutting back on product? Why not have Chrome? Because you got to. I mean, Series One has got to be, slowing down, uh, you know, as far as the selling of boxes and everything has to be coming down somewhat. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I know they have a crap ton of it. They printed a crap ton of it, but I would think that's coming down. But again, why wouldn't you release Chrome? So the older crowd, like Frank, that older crowd likes Heritage. But Frank said no. Screw you. Not gonna happen. I think, but in reality, Beast, I think what yes. That's right, Gypsy Queen's another one. Yep. That would be really, really nice. But, you know, I think going with the 75 design, great idea. But what? You're gonna be trying to find the Ellie De La Cruz, the Jason Dominguez? I mean, what rookies are gonna attract you to get there? Is Heritage gonna be the one they can't ha if they're gonna do if with Heritage, you would think they'd have to do the same thing they do with Series 1. Soto and Otani, those 2 of being short prints, right? Because what's the grab? What do you wanna jump into Heritage for? You know? I mean, again, the 75 design, great idea. Great looking card when you look at them. They are very, very nice looking, but what's happening, Rocky? Did you have baseball tonight, Rock? If you did, how was it? I just had practice. We had a great game yesterday, won 5-2. My pitching was outstanding. 5 innings. My pitchers struck out 12 batters. It was fantastic. Tomorrow we play a team. Oh, we have a game tomorrow. We have a game that we play a team that we played last week. They beat us. So we hopefully have the revenge factor on our side. Um, but I just don't. But again, going back to Heritage Beast, I just don't know what the draw is going to be. I don't. I don't see it. I don't see what's going to draw people to that. I mean, yeah, like you're going to be better off buying singles online. You know, let the um, let you know, the big time sellers on eBay. Let Burbank, let excuse me, let ComC, let a lot of those places go ahead and you know, buy it a lot of it up and throw it out on the market, and then get your Juan Soto, get your Francisco Alvarez, get your Edwin Diaz, your Fernando, uh, you know, your Frankie Lindor, get those guys, and just buy the singles of them because, why bother buying the boxes? I mean, it's gonna be too hard. Yeah, nothing stands out. I just looked at it when you mentioned that. I didn't realize it was on Topps website, but nothing stands out too much. I believe that's what they are doing, Frank. I believe they have said that they were going to be doing the 54 design on the chrome. That would be very, very nice. That'll look sharp. Excuse me. You know, that will look sharp. Yeah. Yeah, that will be way after the baseball season because it seems that that's the way things are going with baseball now. It'll be 2020 January, February of 2026. Well, it'll be 2025, and we'll get our 2024 product. Oh, very nice. Yeah, they're a nice looking card. I like those cards. They are very, very nice looking. And the QC seemed to be decent on those too. It was definitely a lot better than other Chrome sets that they've put out. Not tomorrow, but Thursday, yes, I will. Thursday, I will definitely have Series 1 blasters. I got Stadium Club. I got Series 1 hangers. Got archives from 23. I don't think I have any more Allen and Ginter from 23. I was trying to think about some all stuff, because there's like Spider-Man and there's also, a bunch of that type of stuff that Upper Deck makes that I was thinking about doing. Yep. I don't know. A very nice looking card. I mean, that was the what? I forgot what year that was. That's true. I forgot. Happy birthday, Dominique. And Dom's birthday. It's Big John's birthday. It's everybody's freaking birthday. You look excellent. No, Frank. Dom didn't turn 73. Oh, 72 design. No, but I mean the 75 design looks nice. It is a good looking it's definitely a good looking card. From that perspective. I like it. It will be nice. Again, it'll be one of those ones where I could see myself potentially getting in a couple of heritage breaks, um, and just trying to buy the Mets. I try and pay attention, but I'm old, man. I'm not a young man. Can't you see? Look at all this gray up in there. I'm not a young man. I'm getting near retirement age. So, but I think, yeah, I will probably go that route with heritage. I don't know. You bastard, yeah. I think I will probably go that route with heritage. I'll probably just see if there's going to be a break or two that I could go ahead and get into and just probably buy the Mets because the Mets, I mean, there should be no reason why they should be really expensive in Topps Heritage. So I'll probably go that route because I think it'll be the that's the way I'll get the most bang for my buck. 'Cause what am I gonna do? I don't, $95 for a hobby box. Nah, I could probably spend 95 bucks and I don't know, maybe or less, probably less for the Mets in a case rip and get every card that's in there if they open up a case. So and then wait for Heritage High number and jump on Heritage High number. So probably maybe $2.23. You know, maybe $2.23 at best. That's all I can hope for. And again, I think that's the way to go for me. Like I said, just because of you know not wanting to, not wanting to buy a box. Look at you getting the Mets. Hopefully, you went ahead and did you kill it? Did you score big? Anything good? $1.17 for the Guardians. Rangers for the Mets. No deal. Deal or no deal? No deal. I can't blame you. I mean, maybe if there was like some Bowman draft in there, you might have taken the Rangers. They got a couple of, they got Wyatt in the Bowman draft, which is a big card. Poor Joe. That's it. Yeah. Hopefully you got some good stuff, man. Hopefully you got some good stuff. Like I said, I had pulled into the parking lot. I did have as I pulled into the parking lot, Mike went live. All of a sudden, I was like, "Why is the music stop playing?" Oh, because I'm hearing Mike's voice on through my car. And when I got there, I tried looking a little bit, and I saw the random and stuff. And I was like, "Oof, I got the Cardinals. Probably nobody wants the Cardinals, so there's no sense in me going ahead and trying to make a trade from them. So I will take what I take and not and be grateful to Dami for the opportunity." But I can't wait to gotta try and find and go to a show. I really would like to go to a show. You've been getting the Astros a lot in random breaks. I'm not a big. I mean, this break was, this break is different, but most of the time, with some of the higher end product, um, you know, I would much rather get my team, and do a pick my team than do random. Not that I really care about, not that it would, in our breaks that we do, with all of us, there's a crap ton of trading going on. So you could always, figure out a way and get through and get cards. But when you're getting on with some of those when you're getting on with breakers, um, that really don't there's not a lot of trading that can go on in random breaks. So pretty much, when you see these ones when I see them online, you get what you get, and never get the Indian more. Never get the Indians anymore. Everybody trades them to Arnie. Well, don't tell Arnie about the breaks, Frank. If I ever am in a break with you and it's random and Indians, I'll trade him to you no matter who you got. You know, doesn't matter to me. Yeah, just don't tell Arnie. That's pretty simple. What Arnie don't know helps you out, Frank. Go back to Twitch. The only people I ever saw do breaks on Twitch were the guys in the backyard. Those are the only ones that I ever watched, and those breaks were freaking ridiculous. They're cheap ass breaks for like $400, random division. Mm. Man, there are a lot of people that overcharge for shipping. Woo! I mean, even today, even if you go on eBay, there's a lot of people that charge $6 for shipping. I mean, with ground advantage nowadays, I mean, it's still gonna be for maybe 3, $4, probably $4. They're charging, $6 for the first team, then like a dollar or a dollar and a half for every team afterwards. So if you get 3 teams, you're paying, $8, $9 in shipping. They're only shipping for maybe $4 to $5. I mean, so and I know that. Well, I got to factor in the cost of the supplies. If you're a business, that's all a write off. That all goes underneath the expense column, along with the inventory. The inventory you're breaking, all the supplies, all the top load, all the penny sleeves, the top loaders, the card savers, the envelopes, the bubble mailers. If you're crazy enough to buy cardboard, all that goes in the expense column, people. It's all expenses. Insert cards for Heritage Indian. Nice. So there was people do sales on Twitch. So that's pretty cool. Excuse me. Well, all right, everybody. Hey, I appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. Great conversation. Love the chat. Love you guys for hanging out with me. Um, best chat on the internet. Much appreciated. I have them all, but the stupid comic inserts. Oh, and that would be difficult to do. That's probably not the easiest. Those are probably not the easiest ones to get. Yeah, I'll look and see what I got. But I'm gonna go. We're going just almost 2 hours, and tomorrow morning I have to drive to Auburn, Alabama, to go look at a new auction. So have a good night. Appreciate the hell out of all you guys, and hopefully I'll see some of you guys on Thursday night. Have a great one. Thanks again, Dom. You're the man. Much appreciated. Peace.